Yo guys, it's IP here, back again with another shit video. What? And I know I say that a lot, and quite frankly, it's just because, typically I like to talk about serious things. I do, joke around sometimes and whatnot, but that's still, just sort of part of what I do. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about some shit that's been going on recently with the channel, and for those of you who have, maintained any sort of track record or watched how the channel has been progressing over the past few weeks and probably the past few months in general, then you know what I'll be talking about today.
That boy ain't nothing but trouble.
Now today I wanted to focus on two very important topics to me, and that is because they very directly affect the quality of the content on this channel and the frequency of everything that I'm putting out. And of course those two topics are motivation and quality, because that's gonna be the title of this video. If you didn't read the title, then I don't know how you even clicked on this. But today we're going to be starting off with the quality side of things, and then we'll be getting to motivation, as that it's a bit of a heavier subject and it's a little more, personal and whatnot. So if you're not really into that kind of shit, then, you could either watch the first half of this video and then skip the second half, or you could just not watch the video at all. Regardless, if you enjoy these kinds of videos, or at least, you appreciate them, if you could slap a like on it and to show your support and whatnot, that would mean a shit ton to me. And without further ado, we're gonna get right into the topics. Now, starting off of quality, I wanted to address some things that have been very important in the past few months and whatnot. And for starters, it's basically the lack of quality content, or in my eyes, what is quality content. While I have been getting more generally proud of the videos that I'm making, I'm still not particularly happy with some of them. Hey guys, it's IP here, and today I'm going to be doing my guide for the things they don't tell you about things that you need to know. And it is not super often that I put out a video where I'm just like, damn dude, I would watch this myself. And the long and short of it is that I only want to make videos that I'm proud of. So typically this involves a lot more planning, not full-on scripting, because I feel like if I full-on script a video, it's going to legitimately sound like I'm fucking reading an essay. Hey guys, it's InsanePresence, IP here, and today I'm gonna be reading off of an essay I wrote about reasons I want to kill myself. And no one wants to hear that, but more so bullet pointing the topics that I want to talk about and sort of details and whatnot. So something that I've been trying to do more is actually break down the things that I'm talking about in a video, sort of write out a list and whatnot, so that way I actually, stay on topic and I don't break off of, whatever the hell and go down little fucking rabbit holes and just start ranting. And so basically the long and short of it is that I'm hoping to, while perhaps this might affect the upload schedule, I'm hoping to actually put out more content and put a lot more thought into the content that I put out. And I just said put out more content. What I meant was put out more thought out content. So basically, as I just mentioned, sort of lightly scripting them and whatnot, and basically thinking them through so that hopefully they're a bit more enjoyable, which is actually what I fucking did with this video. Too bad it's not going to be fucking enjoyable at all. And that brings me on to the next sort of subtopic of this, and that's that I want to bring a bit more variety to what happens on this channel. For those of you who have been around for a while, you'll know that I, initially started this channel as sort of a gaming channel, and even before that, it was just legitimately a place that I could just go and rant about my day-to-day life and talk about the bullshit that was happening. Hello, people of YouTube. I'm just going to refer to myself as IP. And now, of course, that is, basically completely fucking gone from this channel, which is something that I kind of want to bring back so I can basically get more, not necessarily more of a personalized connection, because obviously, it's more like me just talking about shit in my life that's important to me. But at the same time, I want to be able to, put out my thoughts and stuff like that and hear what, you know, those few of you have to say about it, because, you know, obviously the hearing from other people and getting other people's perspectives on my day-to-day struggles and shit like that is actually pretty fucking nice. And when I initially started the channel and was getting subscribers from that type of content, it was very, you know, kind of motivational, because there were people out there who were going through similar things that I was going through at the time, and they were there to sort of put forth some, you know, fucking positivity and shit like that. Not that there's any positivity left on YouTube, for fuck's sake. But regardless, I just wanted to say, basically, I'm hoping to, you know, bring back a bit more variety. So I'm talking about some of the videos that I've been doing recently, which are like commentaries. Then, of course, bringing back some gaming content. Of course, I'm going to probably put a lot more like effort and thought into those, because I want to actually make it sort of unique in a sense, where it's a bit not scripted, but very much so like it's not just random bullshit like, here's 20 minutes of me running in DayZ. That's an easy million views. But regardless, I do want to bring back some more gaming content and not have it, and sort of bring it more into the foreground rather than just having fucking gameplay in the background for the sake of gameplay. And so basically, along with that, I'd rather focus on quality rather than a strict schedule. So basically, I'm not saying the schedule's like dead or anything. I'm gonna try to uphold it, which is funny because this video is not coming out on time, but still I'm gonna try and uphold it. But at the same time, if I make a video or I on a certain day am feeling like I'm in a sort of mood or whatever condition, or like I'm exhausted, where I'm like, if I record a video now, I'm going to be completely exhausted and I'm not going to be proud of it, then I'm not going to record a video. And of course, on top of all this wonderful bullshit and my, you know, excuses like I don't have enough time and shit like that, you know, my fucking school is starting up soon. I'm taking 8-week courses at the local community college, and you know, that's just going to be another time constraint. You know, it's only 2 days a week, but regardless, it's fucking 4 days out of that week, and they're on the days that I'm off of work. So it's basically, if I'm not at work, I'm at school now. So, you know, that'll be fucking great. And then another thing I'm wanting to maybe start up is streaming games occasionally on this channel, sort of to increase exposure, because right now the YouTube algorithm is basically fucked, guys, and it very heavily favors people who live stream and, you know, completely disregards people who upload 1 to 2 videos a week, because if they do that, they're not worth it. They're not worth recommending, because, you know, they don't make YouTube enough money. And now that just brings a close to that sort of topic, and I just want to move on to the one that's a bit more heavier and a bit more personal to me. So, you know, if you're not into the personal shit, then, you know, just you can go watch something else. Thanks for sticking around. But if you'd like to hear this part, I would really appreciate it. So over the past probably 4 months or so, my channel has still been recovering from the great subscriber purge, where YouTube deleted all sorts of inactive subscribers, and we lost a shit ton of subscribers. Okay, it was like 40 subscribers, but for me that's a shit ton, okay? And we're just now getting back up to our like basic growth pace or whatever that we were at beforehand, where I was getting about 30 to 40 subs per month, and we're hovering around 25 subs a month now, and we're still back almost up to 800 subscribers. For starters, I would like to say, any of you who have subscribed recently, thank you so fucking much, because honestly, the fact that for the past like 3 months or so, I've seen next to no growth has been it's been a fucking weighing on me very heavily, and it's been very difficult on my, you know, level of motivation to actually keep working at this. At the end of the day, YouTube is still something I really, really do enjoy, and I can't, like, obviously, chances are this is never going to become, you know, the fucking career that I really dream that it could, but obviously, if I don't put in the work and stuff like that, then there is absolutely zero chance. And of course, when I see, you know, absolutely no fucking growth for weeks on end, it's like, oh, this is great, this is fucking neat, I'm putting in, you know, hours and hours of work on this, and YouTube isn't even fucking showing up my videos in people's goddamn sub boxes, for fuck's sake. Like, that part's broken too. They just broke that. But enough of that little rant. Now moving on. I'm still trying to find my footing in particularly what I want to do on YouTube, what sort of style I want to have, whether I want to try and be funny, because for the love of God, I'm not funny, Jesus Christ. Or if I want to be someone who is more like logical, or just sort of focuses on actually, you know, being serious and whatnot. I personally want to find a good balance between the two, because that's really what I enjoy. I want people to please take me seriously. And of course, at the same time, I want to be able to spend more time on my videos. So basically, from recording and then editing and actually being able to put in the work to put out a product that not only am I proud of, but is like the kind of thing that I would actually watch if I, was not myself and would subscribe to me, if you know what I'm saying. And now at this time, we're going into the fall and winter seasons, which is personally one of the hardest times, if not the hardest time of the year for me, because of, here's some shit. This is where it's gonna get heavy, okay? So basically, about 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with a disorder. It's kind of a fucking joke, honestly, but apparently it's a real thing called seasonal affective disorder, which conveniently the acronym is SAD. Like, Jesus, who the fuck thought that up? Anyways, SAD has this really big effect where basically, depending on the seasons and like the season changes in the time of year, particularly in the winter and end of fall and stuff like that, people, your moods are negatively affected by the seasons changing, which is a very, very big influence on how I behave and personally how I'm able to carry myself and whatnot. And personally, as over these past few weeks, I've felt it happening. Like, it's something that when I hear about it and I read about it, I'm just like, yeah, this seems like total bullshit. But honestly, like, it's a very tangible effect. And personally, this could be something to do with just the previous, diagnosis of actual clinical depression and shit like that, despite all the fucking jokes I make. But even so, even though I kind of think that a lot of this stuff is a little bit bullshit, and I've experienced it firsthand, and I'm experiencing it firsthand right at this very moment as we basically change seasons and whatnot. And it seems like something that to me it doesn't make a ton of sense, but the fact is it's happening, and I know that this is going to have a negative impact on not only, this channel, but my life as a whole. So of course this very heavily affects my motivation on top of all the things I've previously mentioned in this video. So of course, these artificial or sort of these biological factors that are influencing my level of motivation aren't something I necessarily can control, and at the same time they're not necessarily triggered by anything that's logical. So basically, when you get these sort of negative thoughts and, fucking suicidal thoughts, whatever the hell you want to call them, they're not rational, they're not logical, they don't make any sense whatsoever, but the fact is they're there, and they're very hard to fight sometimes. But the point of this video is not to go out and be like, I am on the verge of suicide, please help, because I'm not. What I'm saying is that this disorder or whatever, and my, sort of depressed, cynical nature tends to it bogs me down, like some days it's very, very hard to get in front of a microphone or a camera and just be able to, sort of fucking cheer up, buddy. Anyways, that's enough of that. So basically, on top of this, all of these things that I previously mentioned, I'm trying to maintain my social life, which at the same time, like the level that I want to maintain it at is, it requires a lot of fucking time. We're going into the stress of like school and shit like that, because honestly, high school was complete shit for me. It was a fucking humiliating disaster for a number of reasons. Maybe I'll tell some stories about that sometime. Good God, I hate myself. And this one's fucking petty as shit, and it was stupid. But regardless, I'm still dealing with some stress from a sort of ex-girlfriend that is my coworker and shit like that, and her just attempts to fucking be my friend, and I don't fucking know, dude. I can't get into this shit. It's fucking stupid as hell. But regardless, having to deal with her on not really a daily basis, I mostly avoid her, and it works for the most part. But regardless, still dealing with that every day or, every week or whatever is kind of fucking difficult. So that, is again just something that you can add to the pile of shit that's, getting me down, man. And as I previously mentioned, I don't really want to sound depressed in my videos, so if I know that there's no way I can fucking play myself up and play up my personality, then I'm not gonna fucking record a video. And then, there's good old YouTube, which is really fucking me over because, the algorithm favors daily uploads. It favors longer videos, which of course are complete trash because I'm not gonna fucking sit here and rant for 15 plus minutes unless I really have something that is worth 15 minutes of your time. So, the algorithm's completely screwing me over, on top of the YouTube terms and services, whatever the fuck, constantly changing and stuff like that. The state of YouTube is, something that is is generally concerning me, and it's really something I can't control, obviously, so I really shouldn't be letting it get to me. But the fact is, I'm seeing the site that I know and love just completely changing in front of me, and I'm really kind of afraid of that. So basically, to sum all of this up, this is all just very, playing down and, crushing my motivational vibes or whatever. Anything that I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can do this, I can make a quality video, except for the fact that all of these things I've previously mentioned are constantly weighing down on me and making it very difficult for me to actually get up and be like, I fucking love making videos, but I can't be fucked to make one today because all of these reasons. So hopefully you guys can understand where I'm coming from when I, talked about all that shit. Hopefully this has been at least somewhat enlightening. I could hardly say it's entertaining, but that's whatever. If you enjoyed this video or at least appreciated it, I would really appreciate it if you would slap a like on it, as that shows me that you guys, have taken the time to watch this far and stuff, or you watched within the first minute and 30 seconds where I asked you to like the video before even watching it. That makes sense. And of course, if this is somehow the first video you found by me and you could, you actually want to see some more of this, or you just want to show some love and become an inactive subscriber, if you could hit that subscribe button, that would be fucking baller. If we could get to fucking like the initially like at the beginning of this year and the rate that I was growing, I was like, hell yeah, dude, I can hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And now I'm really not so sure. So I'd say, with any luck, that's our end goal at the end of 2016, going into 2017. If we can hit 1,000 subscribers, goddamn, that would be amazing. And to be honest, I mean, every time I get a new subscriber at this point, that's further than I've ever made it on YouTube. So every single one of you is a fucking milestone, like for real, not gonna lie. But still, setting little goals for yourself is still something that, I don't know. If I set myself a goal to work towards, it's something that, I can sort of look forward to and whatnot, that basically makes me, want to put in the effort and stuff like that. And again, this makes it sound like making YouTube videos for me is a fucking chore, when in reality, this is one of my favorite things to do on a daily basis. So regardless of anything that I've said here, and regardless of any of the sort of impressions you may have gotten and how I seem to be making this out to be the worst thing on earth, I honestly, genuinely, really love making YouTube videos. It's just very difficult for me sometimes, given, some of the biological factors that I really can't help, but at the same time, without using those as excuses, there are a lot of things that happen in my life and whatnot that make it very difficult to get in front of this microphone and make quality content and be willing to put in the time and effort required to make something that I'm actually proud of. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it if you made it this far. And, hopefully I'll see you in the next couple days with something actually fucking fantastic. Just kidding, it's gonna be fucking trash.